Hello everyone, that's Leanne Parsons here at Reverberate Truth. Thanks for joining me again today. We're going to dispel some myths right now and we're going to raise some flags. So we're going to raise the red flag of domestic violence. What are some of the warning signs that you can look for? So domestic violence can encompass a range of controlling behaviors. We spoke about this in previous videos. They can include financial, spiritual, mental, emotional, environmental, physical, social. All of these layers can be included within a domestic violent or abusive situation. And so I want to talk to you today just a little bit. We're not going to be able to cover every red flag, but I want to go over a few of the red flags so that either you or somebody that you know, love, and care about can be on alert for in a potentially destructive and toxic relationship. So here we go. We're going to dive into these because there are so many different types of abuses. I want you to just let some of these red flags that we talked about sink in here just for a second. So here they are. We're going to go over a few. One of the red flags to be aware of is the person that you are currently involved with or getting to know in a really big hurry to move the relationship forward. Maybe they want to do it a lot quicker than you do. That could be a red flag. Maybe early in the relationship, there's a tremendous amount of flattery, constantly building you up. And when you're telling your friends about this person, they're saying they are too good to be, you know the word, true. They very well might be. Another red flag. If that person, it could be either a guy or a gal, wants you to themselves all of the time. They don't want you to spend any time with anybody else, and they're almost even stopping you from spending time with other friends or family members. Again, red flag. All right, here's another one. What about if all the hobbies and different sporting activities that you enjoy doing, maybe it's part of your education. You're going to school to be trained in a certain thing. If they're wanting you to time out on all of those and to stop them, that is another big red flag moment. I've even heard of partners wanting their significant others, if you will, to quit a job for them. Another big red flag moment. You know, we hear a lot of talk about boundaries. And, you know, we're going to do a whole nother video series on boundaries and what those look like. But a real big red flag is if that partner, that person in your life, refuses or does not want to honor your boundaries. What about this one? Here's another big red flag. Excessive jealousy. Accusing you maybe of being unfaithful or hanging out with other people that they don't trust. Big one. Wanting to know where you are all the time, every day. They've got trackers on your phones, all of that. Maybe they're calling you all the time, emailing you regularly, instant messaging you, stalking your social media, Facebook, Instagram, and they're doing it all throughout the course of the day. Another big red flag moment. What about this one? This is a biggie for so many. Criticism. Constantly criticizing you, putting you down, calling you crazy, stupid, fat, unattractive, or really just saying, you know, you're just really out there and nobody else is really ever going to want you, so you just better be very grateful that you have me. Huge, ladies and gentlemen, red flag moment. This can happen to males or females. This is not exclusively a female victim's issue. Can go both ways, okay? Another one. This is extremely challenging and it's very damaging and toxic to a relationship. And this one is when they assume no responsibility for their own behavior, that they're constantly shaming or blaming you for all the situations within the relationship. Again, these are red flags of domestic abuse and violent behavior. Another one here has a history of abusing others. If you are speaking with them and they're talking about how they felt like punching somebody in the face, and you could see they weren't just kind of doing it, saying that in jest, pay attention to that. Perhaps they were abused in the past and never worked through their issues. Pay attention to these red flags and warning signs. Maybe this person, as you're sharing past relationship stories, blames every situation on their past relationship breakups on the other person. They're not talking about their own roles, their own challenges, their own lessons learned from the relationships, but they're pointing fingers constantly at the other people that they've been involved with. This is another one. I hear that my ex is totally crazy, instead of, wow, what I brought to the table was this way. So another red flag. So this one is a little bit more subtle, and some people don't take this one as seriously as maybe they should or could. And that one is that they're taking your money, maybe out of your wallet, out of your handbag, and they're borrowing your credit cards, they're running up your debt, and they're saying, I'm going to pay you back, I promise. I'm going to pay you back someday. That is another huge red flag in a potentially abusive situation. We talked about the financial abuse part of domestic violence, and this one's a very real and very subtle one. Another red flag to be aware of is if they rage, and y'all know what that looks like. There's screaming, lack of control, they're unable to remain in composure with you. Around other people, maybe, but not always. They are raging, yelling, screaming, maybe throwing things. All of this is part of domestic violence and a potential abusive situation. So I hope you found this helpful in this video, chatting about some of the red flags within domestic violence. Take a look, walk into your relationships with your eyes wide open. There could be hidden flags that you haven't seen. Reach out to others. Share about your relationships with a trusted friend, mentor, coach, or support person, and do a check-in and ask, is this normal? Is this okay? Is this part of a healthy relationship? So many of us have not had real healthy examples in our lives about what a quality, real trusting and whole and healthy relationship can look like. So do your homework, do your research. Why? Because you're worth it. Please know that you're not alone on this journey moving forward. And I, Leanne Parsons, along with Judy Gales Place, we are here to support you, to walk alongside you, and assist you in the transition of moving forward into your very best life. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, keep walking it out, reaching out, and remember, you're not alone, you're loved, and you're worth it.